Okay. Ooh. Well, hello everyone. Welcome to a new video. It is me, Desiree. Thank you so much for joining me on this gloomy day. It's so cloudy, it looks like it might snow, but I highly doubt it's going to. Anyway, ColourPop is promoting their build your own palette thing on their website now. So you pick out 12 shades, it's $25, you pick out 12 shades in any of the finishes that they carry. They send you, they give you a magnetic palette, the shadows and everything for 25 bucks. It's so fun, I've done it before. This is the palette that I got sent, well, this magnetic palette. And I saw the ad come up and I was like, oh, I want to do it, I want to do it. And then I remembered that I have probably over 100 single eyeshadows that are depotted in these magnetic palettes that I have. And I thought, I have so many, why add more to the ones I'm already not using? So I asked my boyfriend if he would go through them and make me a palette. And this is the palette. I have not seen it yet. I don't know what colors are in here. I don't know what he picked. I don't know how many or anything like that. I asked him if there was a theme. He said no theme. And I said, well, like, what's the name of it? You're gonna name the palette? And I was like, does it have a name? Are we just gonna call it palette? Anyway, he said they're difficult. He said he picked hard shades. So probably ones I haven't used in a while or at all. I'm so excited to see what's in here. This is the palette if I didn't show you. This is from ColourPop. This is the one they sent me when I made my palette, so I thought it'd be perfect to do it for this video. I am going to try on some of the shades. I'll swatch them all and show you what he picked, and then I will keep these on rotation probably for a few months until I like get my fill and I get to know the shadows really well, and then I'll kind of do it again and maybe have him pick me some more shades, because I think that's a lot funner or more fun for me. And I think it's fun for him. More fun for me to have someone else shop my stash sometimes, because sometimes I want to gravitate towards things I already like. Anyway, what I already have on my face, I have face primer and I have eye primer and I have some kind of eyebrows on. I'll fix them as they dry. But let's check out this palette. I'm so excited. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm almost nervous. Is that weird? Like, okay. Ooh, looks good. Okay, very nice. I was expecting a black eyeshadow and he put one in there. I'm gonna try to guess. I think all these smaller ones here are ColourPop. I think some of these bigger ones might be Makeup Geek. Let's go through them and see. But I'm like trying to think of what on earth am I gonna do with these shadows? Because normally I'd be like, where's my brown, normal brown shade I can use or something. But this is really fun, all colorful, nice. Okay, let's see. This first one here is, oh, these are all ColourPop too. Oh my gosh, how funny. He picked almost all ColourPop eyeshadows. How interesting. So that was not even intended. Anyway, let's go through the shades. So this is a nice matte yellow. This is the shade Sweet Spot. This is a pressed powder from ColourPop. And hopefully, even though it's cloudy, it's still kind of bright, so hopefully you can see the swatch is kind of nice. Anyway, one of my favorite colors from ColourPop is called Paper Tiger. Someone recommended that color to me a couple of years ago, if not a few years ago now, and I still love it so much. This one here is another pressed powder from ColourPop. It's a matte shade called Moonlight. That's like a really pretty cornflower blue. Maybe as I swatch them, I'll kind of see what might go together. That's a really light blue, almost pastel. Feels a little powdery, like it almost might just be a white, like a light blue dusting on my eyes. This one's called Sunkissed, another one from ColourPop. This is another matte shade. Nice orange. All these bright colors. Nice. Oh, why am I showing you that? I'll show you the swatch. Ooh, that's really cute. All these three together look so cute and summery, don't they? How nice to be swatching some nice summery shades when it's so cloudy outside. This is another ColourPop shade in the shade Super Zoom. This one looks a little more maybe foiled-ish. Ooh, that's a pretty one. That feels really good. Ooh, I need something to wipe off my fingers. I really like the way this one looks. That one right there, that is so pretty. Ooh, I really like that one. Ooh. Pulling in one of my favorite beauty tools, my old little cloths here, wiping off my fingers for my swatches. This is indispensable. I use these literally every day. This next one I don't even recognize, but it is another ColourPop shade Kitten Fish. I remember that name. I remember that name, Kittenfish. That's really pretty. Oh my gosh, I haven't even touched this one. Some of these I haven't even touched, like not even to swatch or anything. This one's very, very matte, very, very powdery. Barely pigmented. I mean, maybe lightly pigmented. I mean, when you look at the pan, maybe pan to swatch, maybe that looks good, about the same. That one looks pretty actually. I would like that one on my eyes, like as a wash. Oh my gosh, a completely white eyeshadow. When have I ever used white? Like I'm trying to think now. Have I ever used a white eyeshadow? I don't even know, but this is, there's no name on the back, but I know this is a depotted ColourPop shadow. All these really tiny circle ones are all ColourPop depotted. Because a lot of their shadows, especially the plastic ones, have magnets in them and you could pop all the shadows out, and I ended up popping them all out instead of keeping all the palettes. Wow, just a completely pigmented white eyeshadow. What am I gonna use that for? Maybe inner corner stuff? I don't know, I'll experiment with that. This one is called Froze, and I put MS on the back. I wrote on the back of this one, Froze, and I put MS. What palette did they have that was started with MS? And I did start like writing on the back of all these because I wanted to remember the palettes they were from, but it's kind of doesn't really matter, I guess. Ooh, that one is pretty. This nice like red pinky berry color, but more like coral too. I don't know. That's a really pretty one. I like that one a lot. MS, what palette could that be from? This one's called Baywatch, and it also says MS on the back. What the heck collection was that? What palette was this from? There's that one. A nice, pretty metallic kind of brick red. There's a lot of matte colors in here too. Not a lot of shimmer, but there's that one there. That one's pretty. MS. A completely black eyeshadow. This one is written on the back, but I want to say this is also ColourPop. This is also completely matte. How come no one ever does shimmer black eyeshadows or foiled? I always just see matte. Why is that? Ooh, that is super, super dark. Well, you know, I actually started using black eyeshadow recently. KVD came out with a palette called Moon Garden, and I love the palette. Every single shade is exquisite, even the black. It's the blackest black I've ever seen, and I was using it every single time I used the palette. Only thing is, I wanted to do a video on the palette, and I used it for like 2 weeks straight, and I was like, perfect, I got my thoughts down, let's do the video. The palette does not exist anymore. I don't know what happened. It's not on Ulta's website anymore. It's not on the KVD website. It's not even listed like on sale or discontinued or out of stock. It's just gone. Like it's not even there to link. It's so weird. So never did the video, but I have been enjoying black eyeshadow lately. This is another ColourPop shadow called No Scrub. Oh my gosh, how funny that he picked all ColourPop palette or all ColourPop shades. That's so weird. And there's a lot of brands in there. There's ColourPop, there's Makeup Geek, there's a ton of depotted palettes and shades, singles I've had, there's MAC, there's Urban Decay, all kinds of different things going on in there, but he picked all ColourPop. How strange. Anyway, this is just like a lime green. I don't know if you can see the swatch. There we go. Lime green eyeshadow. This next one, another ColourPop shade, I guarantee it. This is a gray color. This looks like it's from that palette that they had that was all blacks, like black, white, and gray. I don't remember the name. But this looks like it's from that palette. Ooh, that is pretty. That is such a pretty gray color. Do I want to use that one today? I'm kind of thinking the gray and like the lime green. I don't know. I mean, look at those two colors right there. How can I make those work? I'm just not creative enough like that. But those look really good. Another ColourPop one, I promise you. This is called Shell Yeah, and it's from it says GC on the back, and I just know this is from Going Coconuts. So this is Shell Yeah from the Going Coconuts palette. I really, really like that palette a lot. I did depot it, obviously. Ooh, oh my gosh, that is beautiful. That is a beautiful color. Oh my goodness, I want to wear that one today. It's just like the most beautiful brown rosiness. Ooh, that is beautiful. Okay, and then the last shade in here is, I knew it. I knew this was from the Coffee Break with Dani and ITZY collection. And it's so funny because I was eating breakfast this morning, Rice Krispies with the banana, and I was thinking to myself, what shadows did he pick in that palette? And I knew, I just felt it in my heart, one of the color Coffee Break with Dani ITZY collaboration shadows is going to be in there. I just knew it because he said he was picking shadows that I hadn't used or looked like they weren't used, and I just knew that one of them was there, and I was like, I know it, that this is what this is. So there's this company called ITZY. ITZY, I don't know. It's ITTSE with a little tilde on it. So I don't know how to pronounce it, but this is a foiled pigment in the shade Determined. And I never used these because they did, Coffee Break with Dani did a whole video on this collaboration when it came out, and there were like special instructions on using them. And I thought, oh, I don't know about having to do all that. So I never used them. And that's most likely why he picked this. And I knew it. That is so weird. I just knew that one of these was going to be in there. I've had these for a long time, so I don't know if they're any good. I mean, it's swatched okay. That's it right there. Holy moly, look at that mirror finish right there. Wow, that is nice. I thought they were going to be like all dried up or something. That's very foiled as well. What a different texture, because all these other ones are pretty much matte. I think every color was matte in this entire palette except two. The very last one and then that one red one right there. All mattes. So there's the whole palette swatched out right there. Quite the collection of shades here. So what am I gonna do? Because I do want to try some of these out. Okay, I decided what I'm gonna do. I also had to look up what MS meant for those shadows. It's main squeeze. So what I think I'm gonna do, it might be kind of weird, but this is what I decided on. I decided to use these four right here. That Coffee Break with Dani ITZY color, the Going Coconuts shade, the white one, and the black. I don't know why. I just thought, let's just go for something kind of crazy on this cloudy day. So I'm just gonna kind of work with those shadows and see what I can come up with. And I do already have eye primer on. So I'm just gonna go with the Going Coconuts palette. I need this mirror a lot closer. I don't know who I'm kidding. Dang, this is so nice. I forgot how nice ColourPop shadows are. I did buy the Stone Cold Fox palette during Black Friday, and I haven't even used it yet. And then for Christmas, my boyfriend bought me two ColourPop palettes. The nude one, it's called Nude or something. Nude Mood. This one's awesome. And I was so excited to get it because I bought that for my Secret Santa for work, and he had no idea. But I wanted to keep it. It was one of those things I was like, oh, I want to keep that. But I didn't, and then I got it for Christmas. I couldn't believe it. I was so excited. He got me that one, and then another one from ColourPop. It's a purple one. This one right here, all amethyst, and this one's also very awesome. So I've been using a lot of ColourPop shadows lately, and I'm really enjoying myself. So I'm kind of excited to kind of rediscover some other ColourPop shadows because they're kind of just, they're collecting dust, you know? This is so pretty. Okay, now time for the black. I haven't used this black at all, so I'm kind of scared of it. But I've been using the black in the KVD palette. I mean, it's not the same, of course, but I'm kind of experimenting with black, and I really enjoyed it. I was only using it on the outer corner and the lower lash line. I'm gonna start slow with like the tiniest brush I have. What do you guys think about Morphe? Morphe's parent company filed for bankruptcy. So now people are saying Morphe is going into bankruptcy. But I mean, I guess if your parent company is filing for bankruptcy, all the companies that they own are then in turn gonna file for bankruptcy. I like Morphe, and I was reading some comments on someone's post and everyone's like, good, they deserve what they got. And I was like, what the heck? I don't know. I don't dislike Morphe. I don't like some of the people they collaborate with, and most of the time I don't even know who they're collaborating with. I don't even know most of these people, but I like their products. I use a ton of their eye brushes every single day. Their primer is my all-time favorite. Their setting spray is amazing. They have some good products. So I hope they don't go out of business because I enjoy the brand. But I think it's interesting to see, like, people are so excited about it. As if it affects their lives at all, you know? Anyway, I was not excited that Morphe was filing for bankruptcy because I like the brand. I mean, it added some depth. I'm happy with that. Okay, this shadow I am kind of nervous about because I don't know how to use it. It did go on very, very flaky when I swatched it, and it still continues to be flaky just sitting there. I don't really want to get this and put it on and then it come out kind of chunky and funny, but I don't know. Let's just try it. I mean, there's a lot of shadow in here. It's not like I'm gonna ruin it if I put it on wrong. I don't know. Let's just go for it. Oh my gosh, that transferred so nicely. I was not expecting that. I was really expecting it to be very, I don't know, flaky and dusty. And it did cover up the black on the lid a little bit, but it still shows through, so it still has that depth. But I kinda want to add a little bit back in. Just patting it right there. I'm mixing the black with that brown color from the Coconuts palette, so it's a little less intense. I like it. I'm glad I did eyes first because there was a ton of fallout on my eyes. Okay, I'm back. I put on the rest of my makeup. I'll list everything I used. I'll list it in the description box. I did go into the bathroom to wash my hands, and although this like gold shimmer looks nice here, like with the light hitting it, in everyday light, like in the bathroom light, it just looks very dull. And it looked kind of, I just didn't like the way that it looked. So it looks nice here, but I'll have to kind of see how it wears like throughout the day in different lighting and see if I'm gonna like wearing it. I just wish it had a little more punch to it, a little more like solid gold on my lids, you know? So let's try out this white. I'm kind of excited for this part. I'm gonna get some of this white, and I just wanna put it like in the inner corner and on the bottom, like this part here. I don't think it's gonna translate to camera that well. I don't know why, I just don't. Because it's not like a bright shimmery color or anything. I just thought it would add like a nice brightness or something. And I want to use it, so that's how I'm going to use it. Oh, you know what? It's alright. It does add some nice brightness. Like this eye compared to this eye. Like look how much brighter the inner corner of that one looks compared to this one. I think it made a very big difference. I like that. Okay. Let's drag it down this way a little bit so it blends in. I mean, white eyeshadow sometimes can make the whites of your eyes look less white because it's so white that suddenly your eyes might look red. So I don't want to do too much. All right, and then I'm going to do the Going Coconuts color again, lower lash line. Blend it in with that white as well. Because I never understand when people get like a brush that's like this big and they're just like dusting it under their eye like that. I'm like, holy moly. I bet there's powder going in your eye and everything. I don't know. I look very messy when I do it like that. And then a little tiny bit of black on the outer, tiny little outer part here. Like not too much, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Do I want to do black liner? I kind of do. I'm going to throw on some black liner on the waterline as well. I don't know, is the Tarte C stuff getting discontinued? Because all of it's half off on Tarte's website, on Sephora. And I got very sad right away because the Surfer Curl mascara is amazing. It's one of my yearly favorites. Their Surfer Curl liner is one of my favorites as well. I don't know. All right, gonna throw on some mascara and we will wrap it up. What do I want to wear today? Okay, mascara on. Here's a little close-up of the eyes. I don't know how people do close-ups, but I really like this white pop on the inner corner. I think it made such a huge difference. And it just kind of adds like a bright spot right there because the outer corner is so smoky. I love it. I really like the way this came out. I'm glad I kind of used shades I didn't think would go well together which was this little quad here. But here's a look again at the shadows I'm going to be using. I'll keep this for the, I don't know, next couple of months and kind of get my fill of it, use all the shades, experiment a little bit, maybe declutter some, and then I'll have him make me another one in a few months. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think. Do you like this idea? What do you think of the makeup? Yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and I will see you later in another video. Goodbye.